Hello, so this is the last update that I'll be doing before the holiday. Most everybody will be traveling tomorrow and the next day before the Christmas holiday. And I thought I'd give one last update on the current trades that I've had since my last update on the 19th. So here is the previous trade that I talked about, which was on a standard entry, which is the inside candle after the confirmation of the RMI. So the entry here and then a shoot up after that, which caused my trade to take profit in about 2 hours or so. So the next entry was right here, so an inside candle setup as well. In this one, the RMI was definitely below our level, and the inside candle was pretty good. It wasn't a really strong inside candle, but it was still bullish. And if you look at the previous support, there was some here. So there's actually a pretty decent entry, but it wasn't really around or too close to a round number. I thought that this was a pretty good break, and so wasn't sure if this was going to be a big enough bounce on this actual first entry of this order. And so I expected this one to go a bit farther down, and it did. 3 levels deep, and eventually did get that that pullback that happened. And so nice pop up here, and all the trades closed out for profit. So it was a really small profit on my personal account. It was just $3.60, but it was 50 pips. So it was a 50 pip profit, well, 53 pips to be exact. And so far this week I've had a pretty decent week, but it is the week before the holidays, so it's not going to be huge, and I wasn't expecting it to be. But it was still 1.47%, so almost 1.5% on this account, which is just $17. But this month has been pretty good at 12.41% on my personal account, even though it's really small. It's only $1,200. But I plan to continue to add more to this over time from my cryptocurrency trading. So here are the stats. I mean, we still have a little bit of time left of this month. In particular, probably tomorrow is going to be the last real day of trading before things start getting a lot less volatile, a lot less liquidity into the market as well at the same time. So I'm not expecting a lot of trades during the last 2 weeks, or the last week of December, but we'll see what happens. All right, so I also have Robert's account here, which he took the same trades, or the expert advisor, my expert advisor took the same trades on his account as well. And you can see them. So this is the $114,690. So the same entries here with just about the same exit, which was, it's actually really good exit. I mean, this is just how my expert advisor works. It looks for 50 pips profit amongst all these 3 trades, and it just happened to be right near the peak here before it continued back down. So that's awesome, and sometimes it works out in your favor in that way. And that's what my strategy was designed to do, was to look for and to take those small pullbacks that happen in the market, and sometimes they don't always happen on the first order, but in this case it happened after the third order. So still got the pullback, hit profit, and then it's now pushing back down, and maybe I'll get another entry if it breaks this level down here. Looking for another inside candle setup. So his count took just $119 or $120 profit, which is still about 50 pips. This week has been a lower week of profit, but again expected since it's December. So 30.35%, which is just $400, 115 pips. And down 7% for the month after my nice loss that I had, which is really unfortunate because it was right on the 1st of December. So if I scroll over this, and it shows that the loss happened on December 1st, which is really annoying because then it just shows that I had a huge loss in December instead of having a smaller loss in November. So technically this month, since or after the loss that I had, so the lowest point was 4.58%, and right now I'm at 6.43%. So since the loss happened, I've almost hit 2% profit on this account. It's like 1.9%. since December 2nd. So not too bad. I expect anywhere from 3 to 5%. This is a lower volume month, so maybe 2.5 is what I'm expecting for the entire month. So I'm hoping for maybe a couple more trades on this account. But if I don't get them, it's not a huge loss because I've already made 1.9% profit on this account. All right, so I'm also testing a couple of other strategies, and this one in particular is really low drawdown. It's showing here at 4.91%. And this was started on an account of just $1,000, and the highest drawdown was actually when it was just after 1,000. And you can see the equity imbalance curve here. Pretty decent strategy. I'm trying to tweak it a little bit, see if it's workable on multiple accounts, not just 500 to 1 leverage accounts. I need to make sure my strategies work with 50 to 1 leverage, since that's what Robert's account is. So it has to be very versatile. All right. No trades on the Aussie CAD or the NZD CAD. They have been just kind of ranging. I did have this one that was in on the 18th that I already talked about, but it was a really good entry right at the very peak before it pushed back down. And guys, that's what I'm looking for with counter trend trading, is these places in the market where we hit the peak and then it pushes back down, and that one just happened to be right at the top. And that's how my strategy works, is that I'm looking for places in the market where I can get in without getting much drawdown, or right at the peak of the market, so I can get a clean profitable trade. Now this one did take a long time to push down, but eventually it did, and I ended up taking a good 66 pips profit on that one. So not bad, and that was on both accounts. But it was a very good trade. So I also wanted to talk about some community questions that came in. Let me click on, let's see. So nothing on this one, but there was a lot of activity. Okay, so in particular, I have some people asking about my transition from cryptocurrency and Forex trading, and some people like the transition, some people don't, and so I've been trying to spend more time with Forex trading, since that's originally what I set out to do. But I've had some questions in regard from in particular Krashev, and he's been, or she's been, he or she have been active on my videos for a while, and said, Ryan, so you're not a trader, far from it, get over it, whole year losses, professionals don't get emotional, and they trade manually. You have a lot to learn in order to become one. So so there are, you know, I feel like that's a very strong statement. And like I said before, I deserve some criticism when it comes to the losses that I had on my manual account. So as you guys know, I had I think it was about a $21,000 account, and I ended up losing it all because of manual trading. And I did get emotional, yes. I had a bad trade, and kept trying to make the losses back during a very critical time on the pound, and really had struggled reading the market. I've done some manual trades in the past to make up for some losses, but you know, I had too much confidence in the actual trading with these high lot trades. Too much confidence because of my success in the past. Instead of making the losses back, if I have, for example, if I have one high risk trade and I have a loss of, say, 20%, I can't just take another high risk trade hoping to make back that 20% in one position. The wisest thing to do is, if I make a mistake, is to correct it by slowly making back that loss, and that's something that I just did not do, causing me to spiral into a train wreck. So yes, I did lose the majority and 90% of my personal account, but I did not lose Robert's account. Yes, I did have a loss on his account, and I think I've shown that. The loss that I took on his account was right here, and that was the 7% loss that you're looking at. Well, it was about 9% when it happened. I've since made 2% of that loss back, but it was a 10% loss, and that's much more manageable. But this still is a $115,000 or around $115,000 account. So, you know, when it comes to Krashev's comment, you know, it's tricky because he's saying professionals don't get emotional. That's a strong statement, because how do you know all professionals don't get emotional? I'm sure that every professional has some kind of emotional tie into his trades. It's just us as humans. We're connected to that type of thing when we trade. There's no way to detach yourself completely from trading. If there's different kinds of emotions that we experience when placing and taking profits on trades. It doesn't matter if you are a professional of 10 years, of 5 years, 20 years. There are still some type of emotion tied to those trades, and I believe that strongly. I've talked to professionals in this world in the past, and they do have emotional tie-ins. Especially if you have a day of losses, for example, that emotionally is going to put you down. You can't hide that. And if you have a day of profit, that's also going to affect you emotionally in a different way. So that's what I'm saying, that statement, professionals don't get emotional, is not accurate, in my opinion at least. You have a lot to learn in order to become one, to become a professional. Well, I have a lot to work on when it comes to trading my personal account more seriously, and not just throwing it away so easily like I did. So I have a lot to work on when it comes to my personal take on trading, but when it comes to trading others' accounts, I feel like I do have a lot more control, because I care more about not taking obviously large losses. That carries changing, and that's why I'm looking more to trading with my expert advisor. And Krashev is talking about, has mentioned that if I'm using an expert advisor, that doesn't mean that I'm a trader if I'm using an expert advisor. But the thing is that I had that expert advisor built to trade a strategy, and a strategy can be manual, it can be automatic, but it's still a system, and so that's why I think that it doesn't make a difference if I'm trading with an expert advisor or if I'm trading manually. It's still trading in general. Alright, so also some people were asking really interesting questions. Still trading Harami bars on the 5-minute chart. Okay, that's something that I'm not doing, and this was only posted 2 days ago. And this person, Zoltan, is asking, what is my strategy based on? You guys just need to watch my videos, because I show exactly what the strategy is based on, especially I think the video from the 18th. I show all of my settings that I use with my strategy. And I'm not trading on the 5-minute chart. At least I haven't for a while. My strategy, so my inside candle strategy, does not, with the EA in particular, does not trade on the 5-minute chart. I have traded some manually on the 5-minute chart in the past, and that has been off and on success. So no, I don't trade on the 5-minute chart, and watch my videos to see what I do with my trading technique. So quick update, since I'm done with the questions and trying to answer these in the best way possible. trying to correct some misleading information. So I am now currently in on two crypto pairs. The first one, as you guys know, is Lend, and that has actually pushed higher in the last 24 hours. So I've pushed a little bit higher, and I'm also in. So 50% of my account is in on Lend, and 50% is on this new pair called TRX, which is Tron. It's a Chinese crypto, and it's got a lot of volume. So 16,924 bitcoins. And Bitcoin's price is about 17K right now. So just at this broker alone, you can do 16,926. That's $287 million. So that's a lot of money that's just invested in this crypto in the last 24 hours. And so that's what you can kind of expect from these crypto tradings is or crypto pairs is a massive increase in volume in a very quick amount of time that causes them to really bounce. So my account currently at the moment is at $3,382. So as my last video I showed, I was right at about $3,000. So right now I'm at about a 10% or almost just over 10% profit since my last video. Yeah, it's about 12% or so since my last video increased. So looking pretty good, but it has slowed down. I'm not expecting a ton of more push in the after the next 24 hours. I think that once Friday is done, things will probably slow down a bit before the holiday. But my account is still looking really good at $3,382. All right, so I expect these to continue up. Right now, it's kind of just lingering after a big push. That's what a lot of times what happens is once you have a push like this, you'll get something like what we call the inside, or what I call the inside candle, and it actually is the same kind of effect on crypto pairs as well. So this inside candle that you see here did show that the pair, or I say the pair, but it is, I guess, technically a pair. It's Tron versus Bitcoin, and that it pushed down after that, right? And this happened in the middle of the night, and I probably would have pulled out of the of Tron right after this inside candle and waited for a better entry later on. But I was obviously sleeping during that time, so I wasn't able to do that. Now there is almost an inside candle here, and there is a candle that shows bullish potential. So we'll see what happens, but currently at the moment this is pushing down a bit, but I would expect it to continue back up. Who knows how long it will take, but I do think it will pass this high in the next week or two, even through the holiday. I still expect better volume in the crypto market than I do in the currency market during the holiday. Alright, so Lend, it's been slower. The volume is much lower at 588 Bitcoin. And this is slowly pushing up, but I do expect that the last high, which is up here, to be broken probably in the same amount of time, 1 to 2 weeks. This will push up, and I'm hoping that my account, where it is right now at 3,382, I'm hoping that it will be close to 4 or maybe even 5,000 by that time. So that means that at that point in time, I'm actually at, if I hit 5,000, that means that I'm a quarter of the way, which is not that far, but a quarter of the way to making back the 20,000 that I lost in my irrational personal trading account. Trading on irrational personal trading on my personal trading account. All right, and that's pretty much what I wanted to go over today. I don't think that there is much more I wanted to talk about besides my current trade setups, questions, and my a small update on my crypto trades. So the pound is currently pushing back down. So I will be looking for, or my expert advisor will be looking for inside candles anywhere now. So maybe I'll get another one today. And still not a lot of action on the other two pairs that I'm trading. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great holiday and spend some time with your families. Hopefully you're not trading too much, and I'll catch you on probably, let's see, so I'm back on the 25th, probably on the 26th or 27th of December. I'll give you a little update of what's happened over the Christmas holiday. Alright, thanks so much for watching and the support. See you guys next time.